Welcome to Everyday English Podcast, a beginner-friendly podcast for improving English skills with simple English. Today, we're diving into a really interesting topic.
That's right. We're talking about why small wins matter more than big goals.
Exactly. You know, many people focus so much on big goals that they forget to celebrate the small victories along the way.
Yeah, and that can be a mistake. Small wins can actually build our confidence and keep us motivated.
Absolutely. It's like, when you achieve those little things, it feels good, right? It can push you to keep going.
For sure. And today, we have an expert with us who will share insights on this. They'll help us understand why these small wins are so important for our success.
I'm really excited about that. It's going to challenge how we view our goals.
Definitely. So, let's get started and explore this idea of small wins and how they can lead to big changes.
Today, we're diving deeper into the concept of small wins versus big goals. So, let's start by defining what we mean by small wins and big goals.
Right. A small win is essentially an achievement that feels manageable. It's something you can accomplish in a short time, while a big goal is a larger objective that requires more time and effort to reach.
Exactly. And it's interesting how many people think they need those big wins to be successful. They often overlook the importance of those small victories along the way.
Yeah, that's a common misconception. Small wins can really set the stage for larger achievements. They build our confidence and keep us motivated. It's like a positive reinforcement loop.
Oh, definitely. And from a psychological perspective, our brains respond differently to achieving something versus just aspiring to it. It's fascinating how that works.
Right. When we achieve small wins, it creates a cascade effect. Each small victory can lead to bigger accomplishments over time. It's all about building momentum.
Speaking of momentum, we have some real-life examples to share. One listener started with small wins that eventually led to significant personal growth and career success. It's inspiring.
That's a great example. And we also have an entrepreneur who credits their daily micro-decisions for reaching major business milestones. It really shows how those small wins can add up.
Absolutely. But it's important to recognize some common pitfalls when pursuing big goals. Sometimes, people overlook the progress they're making and focus too much on the end result.
Exactly. That can really delay or even prevent them from celebrating those small successes. It's crucial to acknowledge progress, no matter how small.
And there are ways to avoid these pitfalls, right? Like adapting to setbacks. It's all part of the journey, especially when it comes to bigger wins.
Yes. Embracing the imperfections of smaller wins can lead to continuous improvement. It's about maintaining motivation, even when things don't go as planned.
So, what are some practical strategies for tracking and celebrating those small wins?
One effective method is keeping a small wins journal or tracker. It helps you visualize your progress. Plus, celebrating those wins, no matter how tiny, reinforces the power of progress.
That's a great tip. Even simple celebrations can make a big difference in how we view our achievements. It's all about finding joy in the little things.
Absolutely. And it's important to balance big goals with those daily small wins. They're codependent in a holistic approach to success.
Right. Sometimes, achieving a small win can represent bigger progress. Prioritizing is key, especially when you have conflicting objectives.
Exactly. It's about recognizing when a small win is actually a significant step forward. It can really keep you moving in the right direction.
So, as we wrap up, let's summarize the key points. We've talked about how small wins matter, the psychology behind them, and how they can lead to bigger changes.
And we encourage our listeners to adopt a mindset that values small wins more than just focusing on big goals. It's all about recognizing and celebrating those daily victories.
Yes. We challenge everyone to start a daily practice of acknowledging their small victories. It can really transform how you view your life.
And remember, it's about listening, learning from experiences, and applying these insights into your own life. You're doing amazing.
As we wrap up our discussion on small wins and big goals, it's essential to share where our listeners can find more resources.
Absolutely. There are so many great books and podcasts that dive deeper into this topic. For instance, you might want to check out The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. It really emphasizes the importance of small changes.
Oh, that's a fantastic recommendation. And, I think there's also Atomic Habits by James Clear. He talks a lot about how tiny habits can lead to significant transformations over time.
Yes. And for those who prefer listening, there's a podcast called The Tim Ferriss Show. He often discusses strategies for achieving goals, including the importance of celebrating small wins.
Great point. And if anyone wants to connect with us or share their own small wins, they can reach out through our social media channels. We love hearing from our listeners.
Exactly. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter. Just search for @EverydayEnglishPodcast. We post tips and motivational quotes regularly.
And if you're looking for a community, there are online forums and groups focused on personal development. They can be really supportive spaces to share your journey.
For sure. And don't forget, there are also local workshops and meetups that focus on goal setting and personal growth. It's a great way to connect with like-minded people.
So, to sum it up, whether it's books, podcasts, or community groups, there are plenty of resources out there to help you celebrate those small wins.
Absolutely. And remember, every small step counts. So keep pushing forward, and don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you found this conversation helpful and inspiring.
Yes, thank you. Keep celebrating those small victories, and we'll see you next time.